My name's Alex Newson and I'm the curator of The Future is Here, a New Industrial Revolution at the Design Museum in London. The idea behind the exhibition is basically an exploration of digital manufacturing, looking at the techniques involved and looking at the potential impact of these techniques and the changes that they could bring to the objects that we use and the way that they're made.
Okay, and what sort of changes are those?
I think one of the biggest changes you'll see is mass customization. I think you already see that already. Technologies such as 3D printing actually make it kind of, if you can really use the specificity of the technology, you may as well make every single thing you make different because there is no economies of scale, so you may as well make the most of that technology. So we actually genuinely have the option to offer the consumer and the customer the ability to make objects that suit them and are bespoke for individuals.
Cool. And can you tell us a little bit about some of the companies which are on display here as well?
Yeah, I mean I've been working with a number of the software companies such as Autodesk that actually supply the tools that underpin all of these technologies, and a lot of the sort of desktop 3D printing and digital manufacturing tools as well. So we've worked with Epilogue and their laser cutters and MakerBot Industries for their MakerBot 3D printing, and then a new one as well, Formlabs. We've got a new 3D printer called the Form 1, which is the first desktop stereolithographic printer as well. So it uses photosensitive resin and cures it with a laser.
And so, speaking to all of these companies who are involved in this industry, what are their kind of feelings about it? Are they optimistic? Are they feeling that it's going forward very quickly? Or?
Yeah, I think everyone's optimistic, but they wouldn't all agree. They're optimistic about different things, I think, and that's been a really interesting thing to find out. Some people actually think that we genuinely will have domestic 3D printers at home. Someone even told me, someone in the industry told me that he thinks in 5 years' time, half the homes in London will have one. I'm not sure it's going to be quite that soon. Other people completely disagree and actually say there won't be a need for printers at home. People won't actually want them. So I think it's still an early point. We don't really know how it's going to go. People are excited, but they don't quite know what it's going to become.
Yeah. And I mean, what would it mean for conventional manufacturing as well if this revolution does take place?
It will change things. I'm not sure. I think it's wrong to suggest we're going to see a death of the factory. I think there will always be a need for mass production, traditional mass production techniques. If you want to make identical copies of something in their tens of thousands, you'd be crazy not to mass produce it. It's the simplest, cheapest way to do it. But what it will give us is a diversity of manufacturing. It's a different tool in the toolkit, and I think that's quite exciting.